Very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
Unfiltered. Gather, my peeps. Welcome. We have a lot to discuss today. I mean, when don't we have anything to discuss? Because what my eyes have seen, we need to sit down. You know, I have to do everything with my peeps. When I see things, we are in this together. Now listen, before we get into today's video, we need to talk. Because since the last video I did about Henry and Monique, our family grew. And guys, all the comments that I got on that video, I haven't even had the time to react on all the comments. But you already know your girl. I am going to react on all 700 comments. I swear I'm going to do it. I'm halfway through. If you said something nice to your girl and you hadn't had a reaction and you're like, what's going on? Wait, I'm coming. I'm getting to it. But welcome. Now, guys, for the people that joined me since the last video and you don't know anything about your girl yet, you might want to look at this video or this video and get a little bit more of a feel of who you're subscribed to here. But one thing I can say is that you will love it here. Welcome to the chaos. Now, I might be biased, but I think I have the best subscribers, the best comment section, the best community on here. Now, very unfiltered, very opinionated, and very respectful. Now, I can't wait to go live with y'all. I can't wait to, to see you guys and do a little panel thing. It will all get, we will get there. We will get there. This is all new to me too. So I want to make a shout out to one of my subscribers. Hey girl. Now I don't know how long you have been a subscriber, but I appreciate you, girl, because you are the one that in the last video told me that Keita Rose actually shouted me out on a video. You know me. I'm very sharp, very observant. And you already know sometimes the receipts just fall into my lap. I can't help it. So guys, picture this. So I was sitting and I was watching one of T.S. Madison's live. And then I saw this.
Shout out to Debs Unfiltered. She always does these like really in-depth breakdowns. So I'm getting some of the footage from her and I'll tag her page down below.
I am so grateful because lately, Tony Gaskin's been shouting me out, Jessie Wu been shouting me out, Keita Rose been shouting me out, Janice Hinton been shouting me out. And I am looking at myself, I'm like, this unfiltered woman here, all the way living in Amsterdam, making waves in these internet streets. Is it real? Now, when I see these people shouting me out, I don't care how short it is. I don't care how long it is. I am so grateful. But I couldn't do it without you guys. And that's why I want to give back. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to enable this thing, this membership. Now, would you guys become a member? Now, I know you have 17,000 memberships already from different YouTubers, but would you? And then if you would, what would you like me to talk about? This is what I want to do. I don't want to do expensive courses yet or whatever, but I do want to put some of you on this YouTube game, how to monetize quickly and do this thing. And also give you motivation as to why you should push through. If this is what you want to do. Now, this is not for everybody. I have to be honest, because you have to have you have thick skin. But if you want to talk to me, if you want me to talk to you and teach you the game, no gatekeeping, because I hate these gatekeepers here. They tell you one thing and then I'm like, no, you have to tell them this too. Things like that I'll put in the membership and we'll talk about more things. You know, I was battling severe depression, God, things like that. We can talk the serious thing. We can talk over there. And of course, the scandalous that I can't post on here. We could put it on there. So let me know what you think about that. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for pushing out my videos. Thank you for rocking with your girl. Thank you for hyping up the videos. Thank you for trusting me by getting in your ear and, giving you a 1-2. Thank you. Now back to the subject at hand, because I know there are some people sitting here like, girl, come on. What are we talking about today? Now, guys, have you seen that clip of Kenyon Martin calling the staffer of Gilbert Arenas out on that podcast? Oh, guys, I was embarrassed, slightly clutched my pearls when I saw it, but I was also intrigued. I was like, what is going on? And before I knew it, guys, this was a segue into a way deeper topic for me. And I went down to the rabbit hole, and I am going to bring you down that rabbit hole with me today. So today, guys, we are going to talk about friendships, backstabbing friends.
If you a real motherfucker, they hate you with every fucking thing they got. They can't stand it. They hate what you look like, what you're wearing, what you're driving, what you talk about, what you think about. They fucking hate it, and you gonna have to understand that's the way it is. Have you ever caught a motherfucker looking at you with the I just caught the stomach virus face? You ever just out your peripheral just called a motherfucker just...
Now, I don't know if you ever had friendships that were kind of sketchy, but we are going to unpack this today. Y'all want to talk about it? Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often.
So guys, before we start, you already know your girl. I always have to give a little background information. Now, we are going to look at a clip from Gilbert Arenas' podcast. Now, Gilbert Arenas, also known as Agent Zero, is an American former basketball player, but now he's a sport analyst and he also owns a podcast. Very messy guy. I think you also know him from his relationship with Laura Govan, or Govan. Guys, you know me with names. But she was one of the, how do you say, is it cast members of that reality show, Basketball Wives LA. Now, their relationship played out on there. He even put her out on the house. They have 5 kids. This man is as petty as can be. Messy. If I tell you, messy, guys. But we are not, he's not the main topic for today, so I'm not going to get into that. Then we have Kenyon Martin, also a retired basketball player. But if you think that this man lives a quiet, retired life, oh no, you are sadly mistaken. This man is outside, very loud, and he is trending for all the messy reasons right now. Now, Kenyon has been doing sport podcasts, and he has been showing up on shows, being like an analyst. And he is known for his unfiltered take, mainly about sports. He is one of the ones who refused to be media trained. I'll leave it at that. So now that we got this all out of the way and we know who is who, let's look at the clip that sent social media into an uproar.
Hey, Suge, come here.
Oh, shit. You want this?
Huh? No, I don't need the mask.
Kill a nigga.
So I need you to do some explaining to me, brother.
You need a mic?
No, I don't need a mic.
You don't need a mic. Watch this.
So, can you explain this video to me?
Yeah, that's the video we talked about.
No, we didn't talk about shit.
Yeah, we did speak about this.
No, you tried to apologize. So,
He can't even get a goddamn sitting down with us. That's the Dunner man. So the Dunner man can run the show.
so there's it in here. Let me replay it for her.
Just explain there. Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on the whole show.
Kenyon Martin can't fucking talk straight. All that nigga stuff. That's just all we need.
Pause. So someone said, Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on that show. Now, I don't know which show they're talking about, if it's Gilbert Arenas podcast or whatever. But he's the only bright spot on there. And then this man, this co-worker, this staffer of Gilbert Arenas working on that show, he said that man can't even talk straight, or that man can't even talk. He's dudda man. He's studda man. Oh, God. Guys, guys always tell us that we are the messy ones and girls. But if I tell you mess with men, hey, guys.
He can't even get a goddamn sitting down with us. That's the Dunner man. So the Dunner man can run the show.
So when I brought you into my home, this how you felt?
No, I apologize.
Huh? No, but so this how you felt when I brought you into my home and I had you around my wife and kids?
No, that's not how I felt.
So what did you go out your way when someone is showing me love in the moment? You go out your way to disrespect me.
I don't think I was being disrespectful. I was.
Huh? Disrespectful? when that's something that I've stated time and time again on this couch. Sensitive subject, huh? Sensitive subject for me, right? I drew a line in the sand a long time ago with this. There's no apology ever that, as an adult, that I will accept for this. I came in here one day over at Gil's house and you walked up to me and tried to apologize out the blue. I blew you off because I didn't know what you were talking about. That's the situation. Yes or no?
Hey.
So
Why would
therefore,
you talk about this when I apologize?
because I didn't know what you was talking about, it didn't matter.
I sent you the video.
No, you did not. I didn't see the video. Someone else sent it to me. I didn't see the video until 2 weeks ago. First time ever seeing that. Had I saw it back then, we would have been had this conversation. Do you think not?
That's why I apologize.
But so
All right, wait, pause. So he apologized. Now, what I get from this story is that he sent him the video. You know, he went to his house. Now he found out, okay, I'm working with this man. Now he started to think, I said something in the past. Shit. Now he went up to him like, listen, I said something about you in the past, but it's in the past and I like it. You know, this is how I imagine it in my mind. But guys, could it be when, you know, you have a relationship with someone and you like, you know, hanging out with someone, that when someone comes to you with that new, you're like, whatever, man. You don't even want to know. Or is this bullshit, what I'm saying here? Are you like Debs? If someone would walk up to me and ask me, listen, I said something about you, but I'm very sorry. And, you know, there's a little video out there somewhere, but don't pay it any mind. Would you then research or would you be like, whatever? It could be. I do believe, Kenyon, that it could be that you're like, oh, man, whatever. You're too busy. Or, but the way I am set up, I think I would like, what did you say? I want to know. Because once you step your athlete's foot into my house, no, I need to know what you said. I think I need to know. Wait, I already answered my question, you know. But put your answer into the comments.
But so you apologize because you realize it was some BS. Because you've been in my home around my wife and kids. I fed you.
Oh.
Put money in your pocket. Did I not?
Want a shot?
Did I or did I not, dog?
I work for you.
No, you
money?
did, but did I put money in your pocket? You didn't do for pay, right?
Yes.
Right? Did you not come into my home? No, did you not come into my home multiple times when you didn't know no one was out here, right? You didn't have no one to go for Thanksgiving. Did I not invite you to my home?
Yes.
2 years in a row.
Yes.
And this is the thanks that you get.
After the apology too, right?
But that apology is null and void is what you don't understand, dog. If I knew about it then, I wouldn't accept your apology like I didn't then.
You did.
I didn't. I blew you off. I said, yes, whatever, dog, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the situation. So this is what disloyalty and people who don't respect you look like, y'all. People like him. Be careful who you invite into your home, who you have around your loved ones and your friends and family. This is what you get. People like this that talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. I have a speech impediment.
Now, I have to say, for someone with a speech impediment, because he called you stutter man or dudder man. Now, when I think of stuttering or whatever, I just, I immediately think about Bernie Mac. I can't help it. But listen, when you have a stuttering problem or a speech impediment where you talk slow, whatever, I don't know. They said stuttering, but I can't hear it. So you got that under control. You are speaking very, it sounds normal to me, but you said it, so.
That everybody knows how I feel about this, right? People that don't have a voice, they able to speak up for themselves. This is what this is about. You don't tease something of someone I have no control over and think it's okay. I don't want, no. Yes, you did it in front of, did you not do it in front of people? Did you not do it in front of people?
I apologize.
Did you not do it in front of people is my question, George.
Yes.
So therefore you want me to do it in public? I mean, private? No, I said I was the same energy, brother. Same energy. So
Hey.
Same energy.
That's jealous?
Oh, I'm absolutely. You did it in front of people, I'm gonna do it in front of people. Point blank, period.
I apologize.
That I don't want your apology.
So the others are so embarrassed that they went to get some shots or whatever, and they started drinking. They were like, no, listen, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. I need a shot for this. This is not what we expected on today's show. My God.
I don't want your apology.
So what you want from?
Nothing. Don't ever be in my presence ever
So
again.
get your ass out of here right now.
Right?
Please. Thank you.
Not ever be in my presence ever again is what I want.
Now, guys, can you imagine that being your man and you're watching him on that show? He told you to tune in. Now you see this transpiring and someone telling your man, get the fuck on. Oh, God, I would be so angry. But that's neither here nor there. Let's move on with the video. So the people in these internet streets here were divided when it came to the opinions of what actually happened. What did we look at? So one group really applauded Kenyon. They were like, listen, this is how you check someone in a grown-up style. The way he checked him is really grown, and this is how it should be. He embarrassed him in public, and now he's checking him in public. We understand. We like this. Now, on the other side, there were people that were like, I don't like this at all. And I don't think that since this man already apologized, Kenyon coming for his neck, why? Why didn't he ask him then? Why didn't he, before that man stepped his toe into that house, why didn't he, when that man said, listen, I said something about you, why didn't he check him then? Why wait for a grandiose moment on that show to do this? Then there was a third group. That was a whole nother perspective. They were like, listen, I don't care about that Kenyon guy. I don't care about that staff guy that worked there. I'm worried about Gilbert. So this is his work, his staff member. So why didn't Gilbert stand up for him? Why didn't he call Kenyon out and was like, listen, we need to do this after the show. This is not the moment because right now, you know, there's HR. You have to do some things. So that group was like, I don't feel this at all. Flat out blamed Gilbert Arenas and called them out for it too. Now you tell me, guys, what do you think of all of this? What is your opinion about this? But before you put it in the comments, let me give you a little bit more context. Because short thereafter, Gilbert Arenas came forth and he was like, hold up, guys. Hold up. You don't have the full story here. This is what happened.
He wasn't actually working with us yet with Gilbert Arenas. He was reading comments, and so this was a few years ago. So he was reading.
Oh, this isn't recent.
Yeah,
this isn't recent.
It wasn't recent. It was pushed to Kenyon like it actually was recent, but it wasn't a recent thing. He wasn't on the staff, and I guess he was like defending me in a sense. And he was reading comments and going off the comments, and then he said that about Kenyon.
Okay.
And then after the fact, he met Kenyon when he came and started working for the company and stuff like that, and him and Kenyon became good. So, you know, the people who held on to it, you know, been, you know, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to get it to Kenyon. And then, you know, I guess since it came, you know, to light, like, oh, we have the video. And then that's when he tried to apologize to Kenyon. So but since Kenyon never seen it, he just like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Now, you know, he's seeing it. And, you know, so now he thinks, oh, yeah, I had you in my house, had you in my family, my kids. You know, so it's one of those things where it's like, well, no, and it was before, and I had to check, you know, because, you know, my dad, you know, watches all that down below level content where they down there beefing.
So guys, as you can see, he added a whole new layer to this by telling us, like, listen, this is way before my staff member even knew Kenyon. So it isn't really valid. Why now make such a big deal out of it? So you could clearly see what his stance is on all of this. So you know your girl, I had to dig a little deeper because I needed to know and I needed to bring it to my YouTube fan to see, but what exactly did you say about this man? I wanted to know because yes, we heard that little clip, but you know, there's always more. You need to have the full story. All right. So there's this guy, Kwame. Now, Kwame, I'm not going to introduce you and tell you what it's just, you brought it to the forefront, brother. So he posted actually a clip about, and I'm going to put the names and all of that on the screen, but about this guy, this uncle, that showed actually the clip of that staffer talking about Kenyon.
Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on the whole show.
Kenyon Martin can't fucking talk straight. All that nigga,
just call it what it is. He can't even get a goddamn sentence out without that's a Dunner man. So the Dunner man can roll the show.
Dudder man, stutter boy. Yikes. Now, guys, needless to say, since this all sparked up on the internet streets, it was causing an uproar now. It was no surprise, of course, that Kenyon came forth too. And he said this.
There's been a lot of conversations about what I did the other day on Tuesday on Gil's Arena, addressing what I deemed as disrespect. A lot of people got a lot of things to say. It's been a lot of positive feedback from people with speech impediments, people that don't have speech impediments. But people have the audacity to try to tell me how I can handle situations that I'm in or that I've been put in, right? I don't tell you how to handle your situation. People around the situation knew about the situation before it landed on my doorstep. Gil went and had his 2 cents about it, as well as everybody else. And Gil let you guys know that this situation was old. Dude on the internet doing what he did. But I don't care if it was old or not, right? It doesn't matter. The simple fact is it was done. Before he knew me, after he knew me. Before he came to my house, after he came to my house. It does not matter at all. And that's what y'all fail to realize. Right? It ain't, don't, listen, man, no. Disrespect. You teasing me for that, whether you knew me or not, I don't care. People trying to justify his actions. No. He did this, allegedly, before he moved to California. All right, cool. You say you tried to apologize for it, and I didn't know of the situation, so blew it off, right? And if it was that important to you to get your message across, you've seen me damn near every day for the last, 2 years? 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, whatever it's been. You had ample opportunity. Like, hey, bro, hey, man, you remember the situation? Hey, I just want to, man, just make sure that you know that I'm sincerely sorry about this. But that's not the case.
Now let me know, guys, what do you think? Is this a backstabbing friend? Or are you like, no, Deb, everything is debunked. They didn't know each other then. So when he said that about his speech impediment and whatever, and, it was shady, telling the people, when Kenyon got this compliment and then saying, no, he can't talk, he stutters. Very shady, Deb. But he didn't know him. So there was no friendship. So what are we talking about here, backstabbing? There was no friendship. And when he went to the man's house, he tried to tell him. He didn't want to listen. Kenyon didn't want to listen. That's not his problem. How many times do you have to apologize? I'm speaking for you guys because I already hear your brain. So tell me what you think of all of this. Me personally, listen, when I come to someone's house, because we heard about Thanksgiving and this and that, and I told you, I said something about you. I already know there's a video. I really need to stress it to you that you need to watch this thing. Because when I eat that piece of turkey, stuffings and things, sitting looking at your family and kikiing and laughing, it would just be in the back of my head like, I said something about him. Now I'm eating his turkey. This can be right, but that's just me. I digress. This topic brought me actually to a deeper topic. Because see, guys, let me tell you something. Not everybody that calls you their friend is actually your friend. Some people are studying you. Some people are competing with you silently. You don't even know it. And smile in your face at the same time.
Watch the ones who pretend to like you, especially the ones who praise you publicly but plot on you privately. Not everyone is clapping for you. Not every God bless you is genuine. Proverbs 26:24, enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. If you ever feel that uneasiness around someone, like their energy don't match their words, that's ultimately the spirit warning you. Discernment doesn't scream, it whispers. And most people ignore it because a compliment sounds nice. But behind that flattery is a hidden agenda. They'll celebrate you until your light shines too bright. Then suddenly, they disappear. Or even worse, they compete, or they copy, or they criticize. But God doesn't reveal people to hurt you. He ultimately reveals them to protect you. Some of the biggest threats to your destiny won't come from strangers. They'll come from fake friends. So please pray for discernment and don't become bitter. Don't be blind either.
I had people in my life that hyped me up in private. You know, telling me, you're doing good, girl. I'm so proud of you. You're doing this, you're doing that. But in public, silent, cricket. Now, I could already hear you in my ear. But Debs, why do everything have to be public? Why do people, have to put things on social media and whatever to hype you? I don't mean that necessarily. When I say hyping up, I mean also within friend groups, or when we went outside or whatever. Or out to eat with friend groups. Crickets. None of this hyping up or motivating. And that was very telling to me.
And I'll never forget when I saw a post that said, the reason why they can't support you publicly is because they've talked about you privately. The reason why they can't support you publicly is because they talked about you privately, and they can't switch up now. They can't switch up the support now. You know what I mean? That's like, the tables will turn. What do you mean got it. So just keep that in the back, keep that tucked. Don't put too much on it, but keep it tucked, keep it noted.
And then I also, way back when, not now, but long time ago, I had friends that when I told them some good news, in an instant, guys, just a second, you have to be quick to catch it. Their face dropped. Hey, guys, when I tell you, and I'm very sensitive to that, I see these things. I won't say anything, but I will take a note. Check. And then I had friends that, wanted to talk to me on the phone for hours. And then there was this specific friend, and I found out, whenever I have some bad news or talk about things that I'm battling with, you are all ears. You want to talk to me for hours on the phone. But whenever I have good news, somehow, some way, you need to go. You need to hang up. You will call me back later. I was like, all right, I see you.
I'm sorry, if something good happens to you and you didn't tell your friends and then you tell them when it actually happens, and the first thing your friend says is, why didn't you tell me? No congratulations, no I'm happy for you babes, no oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? Beware of that friend. I'm so sorry. It's very rare for me to actually tell you to beware of someone because people have external things that are amazing about them. But let me tell you something. First of all, a good friend will be happy for you regardless of whether or not you tell them. It's just the fact that the thing is happening. When my friends tell me stuff, I am so happy. I don't care if you told me 6 months later. I don't care if you told me 5 years later. A good thing has happened for you. Basically, all I'm hearing is rejoice.
Then you have co-workers. Now, I've recently, your girl has been going through. I sit here, I laugh, I kiki, but God, I have been to the toughest of toughest things. But I had, co-workers that rooted for me to get the promotion, rooted for me to become, the head boss. Finally did it. And then they tried to take it all away.
Co-workers are not allies or supporters. The harsh reality is when you start aiming towards success, this is just humans. Most people don't want you to do well, and certainly not better than them. That's not original from me. Other people who are in the entrepreneurial space, have built a business, have changed their life, have gone from zero to hero, from nothing to something, will tell you along the way, people who revealed their heads and came out the woodwork hated on them. I've had family members that have not wanted me to do well. Not one within my immediate, but then on the outskirts of family members who don't like it because their kids have not gone on to do anything. And so it's kind of, we didn't really want Aaron to succeed because it's kind of now highlighted an area within our family that hasn't happened.
You have to understand there's a lot of people that wish you nothing but the best as long as you don't have it. Now, I also came across this clip on TikTok about this girl talking about being jealous and being the jealous friend. And I want you guys to look at this.
I had a friend that I used to be friends with. We're not friends anymore. And you know what? For good reason, because genuinely, I don't think I could continue being their friend because of the fact that I honestly was just jealous of them. I luckily did not treat this person like trash. I know that typically when you are jealous of somebody, jealousy is just so it just takes so much energy out of you. It's so hateful. And I know that a lot of the times when people are jealous of other people, they treat them horribly. They're just very rude to them. I knew that being jealous of this person was a waste of my energy, and I hated feeling that way. And it was something that I really, really struggled with. I'm glad that I didn't treat this person like trash, because I was at least aware that like jealousy is just like so consuming. I am not very happy with where I am at in life currently. I have not been happy with my life for the past couple of years, and I was friends with somebody who was literally living like my dream life that I wish that I was living like at that time. Like they weren't necessarily like living the dream life that like I envisioned for like the future, like that kind of life. Like they're living like a life that like is just like very far ahead of mine, but like where they currently were at with their life is like where I wish I was currently at with my life. Just imagine being friends with somebody like that when you are just like so unhappy with your life and they're just walking around every day with the life that you wish that you had. I wouldn't really consider myself a jealous person. I'm not really that jealous of people, but I feel like because of the fact that this was like a close personal friend of mine, I guess, it just made it all the more worse. And I really am not kidding to you when I tell you like this person like had what I wanted for my life like that badly, like to a T, like literally every single thing down. I wanted to be them so bad, and I knew that I couldn't. That friend and I did end our friendship. We ended on mutual terms. We ended on good terms, which I am thankful for. There really is no bad blood between us. And the reason why we ended our friendship had nothing to do with me being jealous of them. Actually, they never knew that I had a jealousy issue towards them.
Now, I have to commend her for her honesty. I really do. Although I think that what she describes here, guys, is envy instead of jealousy. Now, hear me out, because you might think about it differently. Now, for me, envy is, let me give an example. Envy to me is that, oh God, my friend just got this promotion, and oh God, I wish I had that promotion. Envy. So envy being as, I want what you have. Now, jealousy is different to me. Jealousy could be, all right, now my best friend has this whole new friend group going out everywhere and not including me in it, not inviting me. Why didn't she invite me? Why didn't she include me? Jealousy. Now, jealousy to me showcases being afraid of losing something you have. You know, your guy flirting with someone, you become jealous. Why? You don't want to lose him. This is different for me. But if you have a different definition as to what envy and jealousy is, put it in the comments.
And jealousy and envy is just something that comes with the territory, man. A lot of people, it's just negative energy, like my man Puff say. It just surrounds you. It makes you depressed, you know? So I got to rap about it. And that's one of the bad things about the game is when you get large, even your friends will turn against you, man.
Like I said, I commend her for that. But the people ate her ass up, telling her all sorts of, I don't know. I think you should applaud your friends. I think you should, this should be motivation. This shouldn't be this. And it's very easy to say, guys. But I'm a little bit older, a little bit more seasoned. As you grow older, you started thinking about things a little bit different. Envy, I don't like. But I do get when sometimes people go through hardships in life and constantly, it feels like they are not moving forward. Constantly in a cycle of just not making it. Now, even if they're in a proximity of friends that are doing their thing, and you think they kind of benefit from that friendship and start doing their thing, sometimes that just doesn't go. You have people that really want kids, and now their best friends or all their friends around them have baby after baby. That doesn't mean they can't be happy, but sometimes it comes with a little jealousy, you know, or you never had a relationship and you're seeing everyone in a flourishing relationship, or you're struggling. You can never really, you know, pay the bill, or never, you know, just pack your bags and go on a vacation. That could be very depressing. Now, we can sit here and then condemn people. You shouldn't be jealous. You should. We could say this. But is that really fair? Now, I'm asking you guys, is it as simple as, you know, take your friend's success as motivation, or is it something way deeper? Tell me. Because I personally believe that everybody has their life path. And this is what I told my son from young, that what is yours will always be yours. Now, I do believe in hard work. Let me tell. So for the people that want to do this YouTube thing or whatever, I'm not for the weak. I'm going to put, you have to do the work. So I always believed in hard work. But I taught this to my son from an early age. Never look at the one next to you. This will distract you. And I told him flat out, don't let someone's success paralyze you to the point where your job suddenly becomes monitoring them, watching them, where your life just, it goes. But you're steady there looking somewhat, studying instead of working towards your own success. Don't get distracted. And he took it to heart. So back to the girl that we're talking about. So my conclusion is I'd rather her distancing herself from these friends because she just couldn't take it than to go into a full-blown Selena and Yolanda situation. Because, guys, we already know how that ended.
My emotions were running so high, and I was hurting. My body was hurting. I didn't know how to operate a gun. I've never had one. And so I just clicked it. I said, what do you want me to do? What is the last thing y'all want me to do? What is the last thing your family wants me to do? You want me to kill myself? Because I'll just do it. And I got the gun and she said, no, Yolanda. And she went to the door. And when she went to the door, I said, don't close the door. And pow, it went.
Imagine, guys, Selena made her the president of this whole fan club thing. Then she made her, didn't she make her some kind of manager or whatever of those boutiques? Even saw her as a close friend of her inner circle. And then you end up getting shot. Very unnecessary, very sad. But I truly believe that all stemmed from major jealousy. And this, guys, I could go deeper and deeper to this. It's even more sad when it's your own partner. You're sleeping next to your own ops. You're sleeping next to the enemy. Let me tell you, I'm saving this for the membership. Now I'm saving everything for membership. I'm saving this for the membership because sleeping with your enemy is something I can attest to. When your man is breaking things in the house, never replace them, When he, they can't take it. They can't take your success. They want you to be, hey, guys, when I tell you stories I have. Hey, but we'll save it for another time.
The person that you sleep with every night could be stabbing you right in the back. And when you see evidence of it, guard yourself. Guard yourself from these people. They will never be in your corner for support, for you to be all you can be. They're not those kind of people. They want you to be right with them, right on their level, whatever level they on. They want you to be right there so you don't become a threat to them. You get too big for them.
I'm telling you guys, keep your head on a swivel. Some people wish you everything at the job too, as long as you don't have it. When you suddenly have it, it becomes something totally different.
You are at that job to collect a check and to build potential relationships for your career moving forward. You are not there to make friends. You might find you a good homegirl that you could sit and have lunch with. You might find you somebody cool. They might be cool enough to hit the bars up with. Nobody at the job is cool enough to know your personal business, things having to do with your marriage, things that you're going through with your children. They should not know you like that. They should not know where you stay. Only person that needs to know where you live is HR.
We even seen it in the reality TV space with NeNe Leakes and Shereé.
I am very rich, bitch. Understand? I am very rich. You must not know what rich is. But rich, you need to get your motherfucking teeth fixed. How about that?
They're done. They're done.
They're done. I knew for you. Remember, I knew you when you had the rotten teeth. I knew you when you had the rotten teeth.
$50,000 smile, darling. And you are jealous about it. We've seen it with Porsha Williams and Shamea Morton.
These ladies have come to me and told me that you did not want me on the show, that you wanted me as a friend to the show. Some of the same ladies that used to be.
Now you are lying.
Now listen, I do have to say there are beautiful friendships out here. But I am in the business of waking people up. So we're not talking about those today. But there are beautiful friendships. You will hear it in the comments. People telling you, I've been friends 40 years, 30. I have beautiful friendships too. But that's not what we're talking about here today. Now, I also don't want you to be a paranoid wreck and now start zoning in on all your friends and be like, it didn't look right. What did she say? No, I don't want you to do this, guys. This is not what this video is about. But I do want you to be a little bit more, you have to be, You have to be woke a little bit woke, a little bit. Because everybody feels a little envy or a little jealousy sometimes. Now, I'm sure there are people in the comments never felt that. Never envy. What is that? I don't do this, Deb. Then we are very happy for you. Put it in the comments. Listen, a lot of you know I lost my brother. He committed suicide in the most horrific way, member's child. But I talked about it a little bit. Now, when I saw, I was so tight with my brother. So when I saw people with their brother and whatever, now all of a sudden I'm an only child. I was like, oh God. I loved it. I loved to see it. But it also did something to me. But to me, the thing is, how do you go about it? How do you deal with it? Are you transparent with your friends? Like saying, listen, when I see you guys, I miss him. That's me. I'm going to just tell you flat out, like, I miss him. Sometimes it's good to be transparent about it, to not let it fester. Because that's when it becomes weird. When you start to sit and focus and, look what she got, another bag. Then, don't do this, guys. If you are one of the ones that always says to your friend, must be nice. Stop that now. Stop that must be nice. It must be nice, yes. Go and do and figure out your life and, don't say this. I don't like this. Must be nice.
Tamar, what would you do if you told somebody, oh my God, my Tamar collection just came out, I'm so excited, and somebody said, must be nice.
You a hater.
But okay, wait, that's a good one. I had somebody that would do that. Literally, must be nice to take vacations. Must be nice, girl. I'm still here.
Won't he do it? Do it for me. He'll do it for you.
So, Debs, then how do you spot a fake friend? Okay, so listen, I'm going to give you a few fake friend types. Now, you have to determine if you have one of the ones. Because if you have one of the ones in your friend group, I don't know what to tell you. The people are going to tell you in the comments what to do. But listen, now, first of all, what you do is pray for clarity. Pray, because some of y'all are in these friendships and you swear that it's none of that. But every time you guys meet up or are on the phone or whatever, you feel something in the pit of your stomach that tells you something ain't right. But you are so enthralled in the friendship, or maybe it's your only friendship, that you don't want to break away. But I'm telling you, when you start cleaning up old mess, new stuff can come in, guys. Clean up. Now, you have the silent competitor.
I'm not gonna lie, the copycat energy is very scary and I can't deal with it. It's either the copycat energy or stealing your ideas, turning them into theirs, and then trying to outshine you on your own idea. If it wasn't your original idea, or if you find yourself copying somebody, like a friend, you gotta tell them. You're gonna have to find some type of way to tell them because it does not look good.
Always watching, always comparing, and watching your every single move, studying this. And when you share your next move with them, it could be that they already made the move before you. That's that silent competitor. Then you have the fake cheerleader. Now, this one is kind of dangerous, this one. Because this one seems like they really like you. They are really into you. They're cheering for you. Yes, girl, go, girl. But something in the atmosphere, it always feels tight. It always feels on the verge of, is it too much? Is she real or is it? But you're afraid to say it. But, all right, that one. Cheerleader.
If I can offer you any piece of life advice, it would be this. The moment you see things for what it is, do not unsee that shit. What is happening is what it is. And what it is what is happening. There is no benefit of the doubt. And there's no excuses. The moment you start seeing how people handle you and fuck with you, I promise, the moment you start seeing it for what it is, you will stop spending time in places where you're not respected, places where you're not loved, places where you're not protected.
And then you have the explosive friendship. Now this one, some people call it the toxic friendship. This one is a friendship of love and war. 1 minute, you're all for each other, bigging each other up. Next minute, you're so toxic. That person is this, that, and everything in the book. Very much Quad and Mariah Hook, if you remember, from Married to Medicine. Their friendship, oh God. 1 minute they loved each other. Next minute, they were going on full-blown war. Revolution.
My sister went to Quad's house. She was wearing my brother-in-law's t-shirt. You are a liar. Your ass slept with my brother-in-law. You nasty. Oh, don't even. Oh, bitch. Yeah. Now what? Now what? You were supposed to be my best friend
You were
and you
supposed to be
slept
mine.
with
What are you
my
accusing her of?
sister's
You are
husband. I
lying.
walked
You are
into your home.
What are you
have
accusing?
his t-shirt.
Okay, stop.
Now, this one I also know, and this one is the energy drainer. Hey, guys, if I tell you that this one I don't like.
You ever notice how certain friendships drain you without anything actually happening? Like you love this person, you care about them, but every time you leave the interaction, you walk out feeling heavier than you did before. That is your energy talking. Some friends don't even realize that they're draining you, and it's not always intentional. A lot of people never learned how to regulate themselves, so they automatically attach to the friend who feels very grounded, the friend who listens, the friend who gives clarity. And half the time, that ends up being you. You start catching it in little moments. You're fine all day, and then you talk to them and your mood dips for no reason. Energy feels irritated even though the conversation wasn't even deep or emotional. That's the shift. And once you notice it, you cannot unfeel it.
This one only calls when they need something. They only call when they need something from you. When they need you to be their therapist. When they need you to help decorate or do something. When they need you because, they need some money. I don't care what it is. But that is the energy drainer type. The one that wants to cause negative, wants to be on the, just drains all your energy. But then at the end of the day, you're sitting like, what did I really get out of this? Not a damn thing. And then lastly, guys, you have frenemies.
I have a friend, and whenever something big happens, she didn't even hit me up. She watched my story and everything and didn't say anything.
Now, frenemies are really the ones that these are not regular friendships. Now, these are the ones that are really enemies disguised as your bestie. Always around, always smiling. Something feels very off. And this reminds me of that story of Shanquilla Robinson. Do you remember, guys, that Cabo 6? They went onto a vacation, beat that girl to a pulp. So much that I think she broke her neck, killed her.
That's right.
And if she wasn't beaten to death, somebody needs to tell us exactly what happened. And there are 6 people who were there who know the answers, and they need to be present somewhere where they are being asked and demanded of the truth. Particularly the person who we saw, and I want to correct something that has been said, and I am asking every single person from the media to be careful about the narrative. I know that my brother Roland Martin will be careful about this, and I'm asking all of you. There was not a fight. There was no fight that took place in that house. There was an attack against one person. We did not see a fight. In fact, we hear the other individuals on the video asking her whether or not she was willing to fight back for herself as they joked while she was naked. And she tells them clearly, no, she does not want to fight. And they continue. She does not want to fight. And they continue to allow her to be beaten. And then her neck and spine was broken and she returned home to her family in a box.
Friendships really be going from brunch to betrayal, guys. I have seen it. And let me tell you, I haven't even scratched the surface because there are so many layers to this. Friends sleeping with their friends' men. Oh, God, there are so many stories. I don't know if you guys are ready. And the crazy part is that every single one of those stories start with a, that's my girl. That's my girl. Hey, and the way it ends. Now, I also would like to say, guys, that you don't need a dramatic cutoff when you're cutting off these friends. Don't cut them off right away. And don't go there and Debs told me. You really have to look at what is what. But you don't need a dramatic cutoff always because that one can be dangerous as well. Don't do that. But I would advise you then to share less, observe more, and stop over-explaining yourself. Trust your gut. When something feels off, it usually is. Because I truly believe that not everyone in your life is meant to go where you are going. And that's okay.
I want to live soft life. No stress. I beg.
Protect your energy. Protect your peace. And watch your circle. Now, let me know, guys. Put it all in the comments. I know we are going to have a time in the comments because these fake friendships, it's not for the weak. And if you have some advice as to how you cut off your friend, or if you had a fake friendship, but it suddenly bloomed into a real friendship. Could happen. Put it in the comments too. We can all learn from this. Now listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Next up, update, Henry and Monique. I've seen a little thing. Some of the subscribers put me on, Debs, have you seen this? Then I went looking. I have things to say because I've seen more. So click that notification bell, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Hit a like for your girl. Let's talk in the comments. Let's meet up in the comments. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.